Hey, what's up guys, Benny here and welcome to the 6 best sniper class setups and loadouts for you to use in Call of Duty Warzone. This has been a video that I've been asked to do a lot because, let's be honest, sniping is one of the most satisfying things to do in the entire game, and I want to make sure that you've got the best setups to be able to land those shots as consistently as possible. And if you are new around here, please do take a second to hit that subscribe button, as 70% of you watching are not subscribed to the channel, as we're getting so close to 600,000 subscribers. So please hit that subscribe button and thank you very, very much. But let's go ahead and get into the first loadout, which is the Kar98k. Now, the Kar98 is one of the most used sniper rifles in the entire game, and for good reason, because it's perfect for aggressive gameplay. This is the sniper that you want to have in your loadout if you want to be pushing enemy squads with an assault rifle secondary to rack up as many kills as possible. This isn't the one to use if you kind of want to hold down a position. This is if you're pushing, trying to get that first pick. To start off with, you're going to have that monolithic suppressor on there with the Singard custom 27.6 barrel, so you do get the highest bullet velocity and damage range possible. Then we've got the tac laser, which is going to increase your aim down sight speed, aiming stability, which is very, very important for snipers, and we'll get onto that throughout this video as well. So you got tac laser, then the sniper scope, and then we don't go for the F-Tac Sport comb. We go for that ST-Volt precision comb, because personally for me, the aiming stability that you gain from having that precision comb is better than the ADS speed, because the ADS speed on the Kar98 is already insane. Now, if you've built up the muscle memory to know exactly where to aim down sight with the comb, you have a higher skill ceiling with this, but for ease of use and consistency, go for the precision comb, and that is the best Kar98. Now, I personally go ahead and pair this with the Ram 7. The Ram 7 is probably one of the best assault rifles in the game right now, and has a very high fire rate compared to a bunch of the other assault rifles in the game. So it's also very good at short to medium, perfect for pairing with a sniper. Now, I go ahead and use the monolithic suppressor, the FSS Ranger barrel. We then put the Commando foregrip on here, the 50 round mag, and the VLK 3 times. Now, one suggestion I have for you, if you are pairing this with a sniper, is you can go ahead and use the Corp Combat Holo and put a blue dot reticle on it, because that is going to make it really easy to use at short to medium range. So if you're pushing in buildings, this loadout as a whole is really, really strong. So you've got for medium to long range, you've got the Kar98, and then for short to medium, you've got the Ram 7. It's also helpful if you crack someone with the Kar98 at a distance, the Ram's going to easily be able to finish them off quite nicely. Also, from a reticle point of view, I personally use the pinpoint. However, one of the best ones to use is cover shot. It just takes a while to unlock, but the pinpoint is then the second best option, in my opinion. But let's go ahead and now move on to our second sniper loadout, as that is the setup for the Kar98. Next, we have the HDR. Now, this is the sniper that you want to use if you want to hold down a position. If you want to sit at the top of airport, or sorry, I don't know, I can't believe I'm saying this, ATC, this is going to give you the best opportunity out of the Modern Warfare snipers to be able to hit those shots at a distance because of the extremely high bullet velocity. Now, for that reason, you go with a monolithic suppressor for sound suppression and damage range, so you can do more damage at a distance. Remember, you're still going to get those one-shot headshot kills. Then you've got the 26.9 HDR Pro barrel, highest bullet damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control possible. The tac laser to increase that aim down sight speed and aiming stability. Then we've got the F-Tac Stalker Scout for faster ADS. Now, I would go use this rather than the Hunter Scout with the HDR compared to the Kar, because the aim down sight speed with the HDR is quite slow without it. So you want to make sure you have that so you can get your shots off nice and quickly when you spot an opponent. And now use sleight of hand for the faster reload speed. So I don't take forever getting a new mag in. And it's better than running a 7-round mag, in my personal opinion. But that's the HDR setup that you want. And then I go ahead and pair this with a short to medium range XM4. Now, what I do is I put the base suppressor on for faster ADS and sprint to fire speed, because I'm using this as my kind of close range weapon. Go for the 13.5 Task Force barrel. I don't personally use an underbarrel. I go for the 45 round mag. I then put on the Raider pad on here, and then because I'm using it for short to medium range, you can go for the Microflex LED. That's going to make it a really nice sort of to control and land your shots consistently. If you just want the pure close range build, you can deselect that, and then you can go for the Serpent Grip on there rather than the Microflex for a iron sight build. But really, honestly, XM4, so good. Make sure to give it a go if you haven't already. One of the best close range assault rifles out there now. Next, let's move on to the Pelington. Now, the Pelington for me is a bit, it feels odd as a sniper. It is very, very good. And some snipers out there like Sprat and Bart make this thing look insane. But for me, you just seem to have to lead your shots a little bit because it doesn't have as high a bullet velocity as some of the other snipers. But the best setup for it is the wrap suppressor, which is going to give you a higher bullet velocity and effective damage range, which I think for the Pelington is very, very important, so you don't have to lead your shots as much. Then I go for the 27.2 combat recon for the highest bullet velocity. We then stick the SWAT 5MW laser on there for a faster aim down sight and aiming stability, two of the best attachments that you can have for a sniper in the game. Next, I go for the Bruiser Grip. Once again, using that Bruiser Grip for movement speed, which is helpful, but more importantly for me, that aiming stability. So when you aim down sight, your reticle is steady. That's one of the worst things that you can have with a sniper is if you kind of have really low aiming stability, it just kind of like bounces up and down, which you do not want. It makes it really hard for you to snap onto an opponent's head and get that shot off nice and quickly. So go ahead, use that Bruiser Grip, and then use the fast loader just to get those bullets in nice and quickly. But that's the best setup for the Pelington in the game right now. And then I like to pair it with an LC10. The LC10 is a very, very good SMG, and this is the best setup in the game right now for the LC10. Sound suppressor, 13.9 task force barrel, so you get strafe speed. Because like the downside with the LC10 is it's not as mobile as a few of the other SMGs out there. It's definitely more like you kind of plant your feet as you're shooting, so you don't kind of like bob, duck, and weave as much. But the sound suppressor helps with that sprint to fire and aim down sight speed. Task force gives you a bit extra strafe speed, effective damage range, and bullet velocity. That Tiger Team Spotlight kind of helps to counter the weakness of the LC10, gives you that additional aim walking movement speed. And that's why we've got the Raider stock on there as well, because honestly, the LC10 is unmatched with just kind of raw stopping power, especially in those like kind of just a little bit further than short distance. It will beat every other SMG. And then we've got the Stagnate 55 round there, but really, really nice SMG. Not being used anywhere near as much. It's starting to kind of surface up, but give it a go and let me know what you think down in the comments below. As we move on to our next loadout, the ZRG. Now, this is for those of you that like the play style of the HDR for Modern Warfare, because this is effectively the Cold War HDR. Highest bullet velocity possible in the game, pretty much hit scan, very, very good. Now, I've got the agency moderator on here because I'm thinking about the play style that you're going to be playing with it. It's going to be sitting back, trying to get those shots at a distance and getting those downs. That extra bullet velocity you gain out of this is going to help. You're not running gunning with this. You're not going to be pulling off quick shots off, so you don't need to worry. But if you do want to use it as a bit more aggressive, you can change that agency moderator for the sound moderator. I just think there's better snipers in the game for that reason. Next, we go for that 43.9 combat recon for higher bullet velocity. Then we got the SWAT 5MW laser for aim down sight time and aiming stability, the 5-round mag, and then the Serpent Grip for a faster ADS. Because remember, the ZRG is a little bit slower than some of the other sniper rifles out there, so that's just going to help you out there quite nicely. Then I pair that with my AK-47. Now, this build is one that's kind of surfaced recently. It's the one that you might have seen FIFA Kill win the Sublime 100k with. It does not have a suppressor. It's designed for short range. You don't need to worry about blowing your position as much because, like, you're going to get called out or live pinged when you're kind of shooting someone in the face anyway. And it's honestly, this AK has just got one of the fastest times to kill in the game. Spetnaz RPK barrel, the 45-round mag, Serpent Grip to just increase that aim down sight speed, the KGB skeletal stock for ADS fire and move speed, aim walking movement speed, and sprint to fire time. And I've got that Microflex LED. Now, the reason I've got that is because I'm pairing this with a sniper. I want to be able to hit my shots consistently at those medium distances. It's quite hard to do with the iron sight with the AK-47, so you want to have that Microflex on there to help counter that. If you were to kind of just go for a close range build, if you're doing like a double AR setup, for example, you could deselect that and then put like the Tiger Team Spotlight on there. You do not need a muzzle for this, but personally, this is the setup that I'm using for my ZRG setup. Next, let's move on to the Tundra, one of the other Cold War snipers. We've got a wrap suppressor on there, which is pretty much the agency or the monolithic, whatever you want to call it. They've all got different names. It's so annoying. I just wish everything was called monolithic suppressor, if I'm being honest with you. That's the best one there. 29.1 recon barrel. We then want the SWAT 5MW laser for a faster ADS and aiming stability. The 7-round mag and the serpent grip. Great all-round sniper. One of the things I love about the Tundra is it's just a really consistent sniper. It's one of those snipers that once you get the hang of it, the large mag size, it makes it perfect for quads. Give this a go. One of my favorite snipers, actually. When it first came into the game, I was unsure about it, but now this alongside the Kar98k, probably my two favorites. Then I like to pair that with the Mac 10. So on the muzzle here, I go for the agency suppressor. It's got a fast ADS already. It's got the fastest aim down sight speed in the entire game out of the SMG. So the agency suppressor is more beneficial because I'm going to get that bullet velocity and effective damage range. Now, the barrel I then go for is a 5.9 task force. I do not use an underbarrel. I then go ahead and use the SOF target designator on this. Like, you've got so many options when it comes to attachments now. You can go for target team spotlight if you want faster aim walking movement speed and movement speed. But I quite like having that effective damage range and hip fire accuracy with the Mac 10. The ammo is the 53 round drum, and then the stock, we go for that Raider stock. Honestly, incredible, incredible build. Try it out. Let me know what you think. As we move on to my 6th and final sniper loadout for Call of Duty Warzone right now, the Swiss. Now, the Swiss K31 wasn't loved when it first got added into the game. Everyone was like, it's just a bad Kar98. But it has received buffs since then. It's had improvements to optics. It's had improvements to its just all-round ability with like aiming stability. It's now a very, very good alternative to the Kar98. You've got the Groove suppressor on there for sound suppression, vertical recoil control, bullet velocity and effective damage range, 24.9 recon barrel for the highest bullet velocity, SWAT 5MW laser for that aim down sight time and aiming stability, the Bruiser grip because it gives you aiming stability and movement speed, and then we have the Serpent grip for a fast aim down sight speed. Now, this is effectively the Cold War Kar98k. Great for aggressive gameplay. Also, if you want to use like a close-up version of it, so like, you know, if you want to mix it up, you can actually get rid of the Groove suppressor, right? Put on the sound moderator. Then what I do is, because you don't need as much aiming stability, get rid of the underbarrel and put an optic on and like use the Royal and Cross 4 times. Honestly, so much fun to use. Give it a go. Let me know what you think. But it means that you've got no glint on there and you can run around. And then I pair that, right? I'm sorry, but I was using, right, the Street Sweeper. Street Sweeper is something we're going to start seeing more of, I think, especially in Season 4. You've got the sound suppressor on there for faster aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed. Reinforced heavy, going to give you a higher effective damage range and increased fire rate. Ember sighting points on there for effective damage range and hip fire accuracy. The wire stock for faster sprint to fire time. And then the Stagnag 18 round mag. Fastest time to kill in the game. Unbelievably good weapon. But there we have it. Those are my 6 best sniper loadouts for Call of Duty Warzone right now. Also, a big thank you to Sprat, who's helped me out an absolute ton when it comes to sniping. Quite possibly one of the best snipers out there in the game right now, alongside Bar. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you next time for more Call of Duty Warzone. Thanks for watching.